Hey Drayson, this is Keaton Everett from ABC going over your pitching video from the spring break camp. We're just going to sort of take a look at what's going on and go over some mechanical things that you're doing good, some things that we can improve and just get you going in a powerful position, delivering the ball with the least amount of strain on your arm and setting you up for as you get older and get stronger to just get yourself in that consistent position to create velocity and just stay healthy. So anyways, all in all, pretty solid. All right. First off, we're going to stop and just kind of go over how you're setting up. All right. We always want to start over the rubber and work from there because it's just like a starting point. If we're not starting right, we're not going to be able to finish right. So everything is so important of what's going on over the rubber that dictates a lot, how we're going to deliver the ball. So setting up wise, all right, you're pretty solid. What I like to see is that weight over that back leg. All right, a lot of times guys will kind of be in the middle of their body and shift their weight back. But with you, as we watch your head as you lift that leg up, you're not going back, which is perfect. All right, any wasted movement we want to get rid of. So we don't want to see you start in the middle of your body, and then as you lift your leg, your body goes back and then forward. So you're doing a great job of staying balanced, staying over that back leg. So that's good. All right, one thing that you're doing when you're breaking your hands in this position, all right, as you get older, hitters are going to be able to pick up on that. You're showing the ball early. All right, you have a big long arm path. All right, so to get rid of that, all we need to do is just drop our hands a little bit lower. Usually around belly button, to the belt, to below the chest. Somewhere that's a little bit more comfortable instead of up here. All right, all that is just wasted movement in the hands. It's tough to time, and it's going to cause you to be inconsistent where you break your hands, because we want to break our hands over the rubber at the same point before we start forward. All right, so you are breaking your hands, before you're starting forward too much with that head, but we just need to start it a little bit lower so we're hiding the ball a little bit better and not showing it to the batter. All right, another good thing you're doing is you're keeping your hips closed as you're driving down the mound. All right, you're getting them back in this good position. All right, enough to a point where you're not turning your upper body. All right, when we get to a point where you're rotating that upper body a little bit much, it causes inconsistencies again. All right, so you're driving that hip down. You're keeping your foot closed. A lot of times you'll see guys pop that foot out open, so that's good. And you're really striding out there. You got a nice long stride, which I like to see. All right. The one thing that you are doing that will help with keeping your hips closed longer, creating more torque, is as you can see, this leg straightens out right here, and it's just like a big sort of pendulum. You're just going to see it just swing out, swing out, swing out, and finish out here. All right, what we want to see is to maintain a little bit more of an angle and try to keep that leg closed and keep it from swinging, because as you can see, it just kind of follows a path. And then what you're doing is you're over-rotating. You're just opening up early with that hip and landing out here, whereas it's tough to say with the way the camera's lined up. But we want to be setting up somewhere around that middle ball of your feet on that right foot. We want to be landing somewhere closer to that area. All right, as you're opening up here, you've just lost all your hips, all that torque in that back hip, and you just need to stay closed longer and just feel like you're driving your hip towards that catcher as long as you can, instead of letting that left leg swing out. All right, so just if we can close up with that landing foot a little bit better, we're going to be in a better, more powerful position. All right, and basically all that torque is what your hips and shoulders are doing in relation to each other. So we want to see that right hip start going forward before that right shoulder starts turning. And as you can see, they're going at the same time. So we almost want to see your hips in this position, and then your upper body, your spine still hasn't gone forward, and you're back in this position, as opposed to, you know, rotating forward already. So we want that hip going as far as we can in the catcher before that upper body starts turning to generate more power and force and velocity. But what you are doing is you're getting out over that front foot really well. That glove staying out there, a lot of times guys will tuck it back, so you're getting out in front of that front foot. You know, your elbow's not leading, all right? Your elbow's right here, which is perfect. A lot of times we'll see guys get that elbow out in front. So you're delivering the ball in a really good, healthy position, as opposed to a lot of other kids your age, and you're keeping both feet on that ground and then finishing through your lower half too. So you're getting really good. You're really getting out in front of your body. You're using those legs to get out front. A lot of times those kids will break down that back leg and get it more in like a 90-degree angle, and they're releasing from back here. So you're getting that really good angle, getting out front, releasing that ball as close as we can. So that's really good. That's awesome. All right, so it's just a matter of keeping your hips closed longer, and just generating more of those velocities. So as we go back and look at what the upper body's doing, okay, again, pretty good upper body. You know, one thing that we could change is you're going to lock out that front elbow. All right, usually we want to, and again, it is tough to say. You may have a little bit of angle, but we want to get a little bit more angle with our elbows, and just keep that glove below that shoulder so it won't cause us to leak forward a little bit. You know, you're just leaking a little bit with this front shoulder, you know, right about there. You know, we just need to keep that closed a little bit longer to help ourselves, you know, get more torque. Arm path wise too, you got good angles back here. You know, right here, a lot of times you'll see guys with an angle here, or, you know, that arm still hasn't come up, so you're getting good. Get up on top of the ball. One thing that we could work on is in this position, you know, that's basically the height of the ball path, is to get our fingers on top of the ball. All right, our thumb behind it. So just more, because right now your fingers are on the side, they're facing that first baseman. We want to make sure they're you know, facing the hitter, so you can generate a little more torque, which will get a little more movement and be able to drive a little bit better downhill as you get along. But other than that, it's pretty solid. You know, from the front, we'd see a little bit of a spine deviation to the first base side, but again, a little bit of play is okay, and I don't think it's too much to a point where we need to fix it, because if it was too much, you wouldn't be seeing your chest out over your front foot. So I think you're still fine there. So all in all, real solid mechanics, real solid video. So it's just a matter of just keeping yourself closed a little bit longer, keeping that left shoulder closed, driving that left hip farther down the mound, and just landing a little bit more in line with your front foot. You know, anytime you get on the mound, just draw a line from your back foot straight down the mound, and just see where you're landing. So you're not just opening up early, you're just generating, creating more power, storing more kinetic energy in your hips, so then you can transfer that right hip forward, and then that right shoulder comes through. All right, and again, that's something that comes with coordination and time and strength. But the more you kind of focus on it now, the better off you're going to be. So just you know, just be aware of a couple of these some changes that'll help you. But I mean, again, all in all, it's pretty solid, and I like what I see. So just a matter of sticking with it. So anyways, good luck this season. Hope you have a great time, and thanks for making it out to our camp, and we look forward to seeing you with ABC again in the future.